what's going on. So Mark Jackson came up with his top five his quote pure point guards, and he had Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, um, CP3 was in there, Steve Nash was in there, John Stockton was in there, but he didn't say anything about Oscar Robertson. And of course, he omitted Steph Curry, which got a lot of people upset. How do I feel about it? I'm one of those people that's upset with it too because Magic Johnson did everything. So he scored 20 points and he won league MVP. Now, my idea of a so-called quote-unquote pure point guard, he's not going to be a high-volume scorer. It's kind of like the argument when Cal Ripken Jr. and Alex Rodriguez were shortstops. And let me explain how I'm going to use a baseball reference into this for my baseball heads, because I'm a big baseball fan. I am going to be doing some more baseball talks. Steph Curry is kind of like Alex Rodriguez. Because while Ripken hit big numbers and stuff with Eddie Murray, it wasn't like this next level where a guy was a 40 home run, 40 stolen base. A-Rod was that dude. He changed the way you looked at shortstops. As a matter of fact, when Derek Jeter, who one of the greatest ever, and a 3,000 hit member club, 5-time champion, etc. His era of shortstops, Miguel Tejada, A-Rod, Nomar Garcia-Perez, who were all considered better pure talents than him. And they hit more home runs and RBIs. I'm tying this into Steph Curry as a point guard because Steph is like A-Rod. Throw out what you used to know. I came along in a time when you had a great player like Ozzie Smith, one of the greatest pure shortstops ever. Gary Templeton. I can go back to those guys. Dave Concepcion, okay? You want to go there? Let's go there. Their era of shortstops, if you hit 3 to 4 home runs, 15, 20 ribs, stole 15, 20 bases, had hits, runs, you weren't asked to do a lot. The Ripkins and then later the A-Rods changed that dynamic. Garcia-Perez changed it. Tejada's changed it. There is a change. It's a passing of everything. So if I'm hearing Mark Jackson mention Steve Nash in that argument, right? Well, Steve Nash, the progression goes from Magic to Steph because the style leads to it. Okay? And all those other guys had a big in the lane that they benefit from. Stockton did. Kidd used his forwards. And Magic, of course, of Kareem. Stockton with Malone. Point is, they all, when you say pure what? A pure what? Because it is to lead and negotiate. And see, Steph is so polarizing that they can't even put him in a category because he changed the course of basketball. We no longer just see you dribbling. We see you as a shooter first. But you are dictating the team. I know somebody's going to come out and say Draymond Green, but Draymond also plays off of what Steph does. He gets the green light to facilitate, even though he's a triple single. You want to go that route? Let's go that route. 2 points, 2 technical fouls, 2 turnovers, 2 rebounds, tossed. Steph Curry it's the way it is. It's not the way it was. It's a different era to it. But Isaiah Thomas, too, could score buckets. So 40 years ago against the Denver Nuggets, I'm supposed to act like I don't remember when he was a so-called point guard and he was in the highest scoring game ever and he could score. And the thing is this. The reason why Mark Jackson's statement falls on deaf ears with me and others is because all those guys say they could have scored. Magic said they could have. Nash was a 50, 40, 90 dude. 50 average from field, 43, 90% free throw line. So it's still percentages. So what do you call it? What do you call it? And if you put Steph in the 2-guard situation, well, then that opens a whole nother dynamic. Well, Jerry West can make a case. Positionless players, there are actually guys who are positionless players who get tapped as a role. But for me, Steph is a pure point guard because he dictates the tempo. It ain't his fault that he can cap on you at the top of the logo with ease, or he can drive with his left to the hole, or he can dish when he has to. That's what he does. He is the leader of the team. That's the captain. He is the ball handler. He is the point guard. You don't like it? That's the way it is today. You know, it's a new term and a new way. It has evolved. Magic evolved, what Stockton did, what Gary Payton did, what Isaiah Thomas did, what Jason Kidd did. Then you get to what Steve Nash did. Then you go on. Okay. Different when Kenny Anderson and Rod Strickland. But Nate Tiny Archibald led the league with scoring and assists. So what you gonna do with that? I mean, how you defy it? Just saying. Stephon Marbury, you points, you assists. So it's a very tricky slope, and it's like, okay, well, are we gonna really go this? Yeah, he's a point guard. It's just a different way. It's a tweener guard, but it's a ball handler who scores more, who does pass, but he is the primary dude. And that ship of Golden State rotates of how he rotates. Because all that is rehearsed. It looks like it's spontaneous. It looks like he's like a globetrotter with Curly Neal, but that is rehearsed. That is spot on how the ball rolls. He is the leader of that. That's a point guard. It's like Patrick Mahomes. He's not what you just, it's a different way of playing quarterback. You have to embrace the new, because what you remember is another era. What is happening now is a new day. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shitter if you like my piece.